There are some scary things that can happen during an exorcism, but one story takes the cake. This story comes from a priest named Gary Thomas, who was trying to perform an exorcism on a doll. The spirit inside was not happy about this, and when it manifested itself, no one was ready. It all started when a woman brought her daughter to church. The little girl had been acting out and possessed an evil spirit. As far as the girl's mother knew, this started after she found a Ouija board in the attic and brought it downstairs. From then on, strange things began to happen. She would hear whispering, scratching, footsteps, and shaking. Then the mother noticed that her daughter was different. Her eyes were vacant and soulless. She would even levitate above the floor. That's when she decided to take her to church. The mother told Father Thomas that she tried everything she could think of to help her daughter, but nothing worked. All they could do was pray. As Father Thomas listened, he thought to himself that this must be the work of a demon. He then asked the girl if she had a favorite toy, to which she responded, the doll. The mother nodded, knowing exactly which doll the girl meant. It was an antique doll dressed in a nun's habit. When Father Thomas first saw the doll, he thought it was just a child's plaything, but when he turned it over, he saw that the fabric on its back had been torn, so that it looked like a gaping mouth with sharp teeth inside. He asked the mother if the doll had been like that when they found it, and she said, no, it wasn't. Still, he thought it was just a creepy doll, so he blessed it and placed it on the altar. Then came the day of the exorcism. The mother sat in a chair facing the altar, while Father Thomas stood behind it with his back to her. He began by asking God for help, strength and protection. He also called upon the Virgin Mary and Saint Michael the Archangel. After this, he turned around and faced the mother. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I am commanding you to leave this body right now, he said, his voice echoing through the church. Just as he finished speaking, he felt a sudden gust of wind. He turned back to the altar and saw that the doll was moving. At first, it was slow and deliberate, but then it began to move faster, and before long, it was flying through the air. Father Thomas watched in disbelief as the doll flew toward the mother. He wanted to stop it, but he couldn't take his eyes off of it. As it approached the woman, he heard a voice that seemed to come from the doll itself. Leave her, it hissed. Leave me alone. The mother screamed and fell to the ground, cowering in fear. But then something strange happened. The doll suddenly stopped moving and fell to the ground. It lay there for a moment, and Father Thomas thought that maybe it was over. But then the voice spoke again, I will be back. And with that, the doll began to move again. This time, it moved toward the priest. It flew through the air and landed on the altar next to him. He could feel its eyes boring into him, and he knew that whatever spirit was inside of it was angry. He tried to bless the doll again, but as he did, the spirit inside it grew stronger. It began to shake violently, and Father Thomas could feel its rage like a physical force pressing against him. And then it happened. The doll's head flew off and rolled across the altar. The priest stumbled back in shock, and that's when he saw the face of the spirit. It was a horrifying sight that he would never forget. The face was twisted in a demonic grin, and its eyes glowed an eerie red. That's when Father Thomas knew that he was in danger. He had never seen a spirit manifest itself like this before, and he was afraid that it might attack him. So he did the only thing he could think of. He ran. He ran as fast as he could, and he didn't stop until he was safely in his car. As he drove away, he could feel the spirit's burning stare upon him, and he knew that it was only a matter of time before it returned. Maybe the priest should have known better than to mess with a spirit that was that powerful, but he didn't, and now he had to live with the consequences. Have you ever seen anything like this? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to stay tuned for more videos like these.